An alarming 27.1%. That's the staggering unemployment rate in India today. Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel, an article on the unsettling reality of psychological impact on facing unemployment crisis. Let that sink in for a moment. More than 1 in 4 individuals who are willing and able to work are currently without a job. This is not just a statistic, it's a reality that millions are grappling with every single day. Over the past few years, the situation has worsened. The job market has been slowly but steadily shrinking, and opportunities have been dwindling. This has resulted in a rise in the unemployment rate that is not just a mere spike, but an unwelcome trend. The implications of this are profound, affecting not just the economy, but individuals and households across the nation. But there's more to this crisis than just the economic fallout. The issue runs deeper, seeping into the very psyche of the unemployed, the lack of work, the constant uncertainty, the struggle to make ends meet. It takes a toll on a person's mental and emotional well-being. It's a burden that weighs heavily, casting a long, dark shadow over their lives. We are not just dealing with an economic crisis here, we are dealing with a psychological one too. The unemployed are not just struggling to find work, they are struggling to find meaning, purpose, and a sense of self-worth in a society that often equates personal value with professional success. This issue is not unique to India, but the scale of it here is particularly concerning. With a population of over 1 billion, the sheer number of people affected by unemployment is staggering, and the ripple effects are felt throughout the society, from increasing poverty and inequality to rising social unrest and mental health issues. The figures are distressing, but the real damage goes beyond these numbers. The human cost of unemployment is immense, and the psychological impact is often overlooked. But it's time we start acknowledging this unsettling reality, because understanding the problem is the first step towards addressing it. The figures are distressing, but the real damage goes beyond these numbers. The psychological impact. But what does unemployment do to a person's psyche? Let's delve deeper. Unemployment isn't just about the loss of a paycheck, it's a jarring disruption that can cause a profound psychological impact. The jobless often grapple with feelings of worthlessness, leading to a dramatic loss of self-esteem. This can be especially true in a society like India's, where one's job is often tied to one's identity. In the realm of psychology, experts have long recognized the mental toll unemployment can take. Dr. Amartya Sen, a renowned psychologist, explains, unemployment doesn't just rob a person of income, it robs them of their sense of self-worth. They feel they've failed, not only as providers but as individuals. A multitude of studies back up these observations. Research from the World Health Organization has shown that those who are unemployed are more likely to suffer from depression and anxiety. The longer the unemployment period, the more severe these symptoms can become. But it's not just about anxiety and depression. Unemployment can also lead to a heightened sense of fear and vulnerability, a product of the uncertainty that comes with not knowing when or if the next job opportunity will come. This constant state of worry can result in chronic stress, which can have a profound effect on a person's overall well-being. Add to this the social isolation that often comes with unemployment. In a society where work is a primary social setting, those without a job can feel cut off from their communities, further exacerbating feelings of loneliness and despair. What's more, the psychological effects of unemployment can create a vicious cycle. The mental stress of being jobless can make it harder to seek and secure employment, leading to longer periods of joblessness and thus deeper psychological distress. So when we talk about the unemployment crisis in India, we're not just talking about economics. We're talking about a crisis of mental health, a crisis of identity, and a crisis of community. Unemployment is as much a psychological crisis as it is an economic one. Personal stories. Behind each percentage point, there's a human story. Let's delve into a few of these stories. Meet Rahul, a 25-year young software engineer from India. After the company he worked for downsized in 2020, he found himself with a lower salary job. Despite his stellar qualifications and years of experience, he's been unable to find high-level employment. The uncertainty and financial stress have taken a psychological toll, leaving him feeling anxious, depressed, and hopeless. Next, we have Robert, a 25-year young man from India. He lost his job as an IT employee due to budget cuts. Robert has been job hunting for over 6 months now. He's had to dip into her meager savings to make ends meet for him and his family. The constant worry about the future has led to sleepless nights and a sense of despair. Then there's Israhim, a fresh postgraduate from a small town in India. Full of dreams and ambitions, he moved to Germany, only to be met with rejection after rejection. His self-esteem has been dented, and he's grappling with feelings of worthlessness. These stories are heart-rending, yet they are just a tiny fraction of the vast narrative of India's unemployment crisis. Each individual's struggle is unique, yet they all share common threads: the loss of income, the uncertainty about the future, the erosion of self-worth, and the gnawing anxiety that accompanies joblessness. These psychological wounds run deep. They aren't visible like a physical injury, but they can have far-reaching effects on a person's mental health, relationships, and overall quality of life. The stress of unemployment can lead to depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. It can strain relationships and lead to social isolation. It can even affect physical health, leading to problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, and more. These are not just faceless statistics, they are real people with real struggles. The ripple effect. The psychological impact of unemployment doesn't stop at the individual. It seeps into the very fabric of our society, rippling out to touch families, communities, and even the country as a whole. This ripple effect can be seen in various aspects of our lives, far beyond what we might initially consider. Let's take a moment to consider families. When a member of the family faces unemployment, it's not just their personal struggle. The stress and uncertainty can permeate the household, affecting relationships and the overall family dynamic. Children may experience changes in their lifestyle, which could impact their academic performance and social interactions. Moving on to communities, unemployment can leave a significant mark. High unemployment rates can lead to an increase in crime rates. Desperation and frustration may drive individuals to take actions they might not consider under different circumstances. The sense of community can fracture under the strain, creating an environment of mistrust and fear. On a larger scale, the effects of unemployment can be seen at the national level. High unemployment rates can potentially lead to social unrest as individuals and communities grapple with the economic and psychological impacts. This can result in protests, strikes, and in extreme cases, even riots. Moreover, political instability can ensue. Elections can be swayed by the promise of job creation, and governments can fall if they fail to address unemployment effectively. Unemployment can thus become a tool for political manipulation, further compounding the issue. The consequences of unemployment extend far beyond the individual out of work. It impacts our families, our communities, and our nation. It affects our relationships, our safety, our stability, and our future. It's a web of interconnected effects, each one feeding into and exacerbating the others. Unemployment is not just an individual problem, but a societal one. It's a ripple that sends waves across all aspects of our lives, reminding us of the interconnectedness of our struggles and the need for collective solutions. Call to action. So, what can we do about this crisis? The answer lies in our collective efforts. As we've seen, unemployment is not just an economic issue, but one that deeply affects the mental and emotional well-being of individuals and communities. It's high time we shift our gaze from the problem to the possible solutions, and each one of us can play a crucial role in this transformation. Firstly, we can offer our time and skills. Volunteering at local community centers, offering to mentor job seekers, or even providing emotional support can go a long way. When we invest our time, we not only aid those directly affected by unemployment, but also foster a sense of community resilience and solidarity. Secondly, consider donating to organizations that support the unemployed. These groups work tirelessly to provide resources such as job training programs, mental health services, and financial assistance. Your monetary contribution, regardless of its size, can make a significant impact in someone's life. Thirdly, let's advocate for better policies. We can use our voices to urge our leaders to implement comprehensive employment strategies, invest in skill development programs, and prioritize mental health services. This could be as simple as signing a petition, writing to a representative, or participating in peaceful demonstrations. But perhaps the most powerful tool we have at our disposal is conversation. Talk about this issue. Share what you've learned today. The more we discuss unemployment, the more we can dismantle the stigma surrounding it. The more we understand its psychological impact, the better equipped we are to empathize and support those grappling with joblessness. And finally, share this video. The power of social media cannot be underestimated in raising awareness. Each share, each like, each comment amplifies the message and brings us one step closer to reaching the people who need to hear it most. Remember, change starts with awareness. Share this video, talk about the issue, and let's work together to make a difference. We can all contribute to the solution in our own unique ways. Let's not let this crisis define us, but rather, let's be defined by how we respond to it. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.